Hello boys and girls at Millbank. Hello from Trixie and Miss Broomfield. Hope you're okay. This week we are doing 5 minutes piece, aren't we, Trixie? Yes, we are. Doing 5 minutes piece. So your learning grid is on the newsletter. I'm going to read this story to you just after we have looked at some of the learners of the week. Yay! Well done everybody. It looks like you've done some amazing learning this week. So this week's book, please don't pull on that. Thank you, Trixie. Sit smartly, please. Thank you. Is 5 Minutes Piece by Jill Murphy, and we have shared the learning grid on the newsletter, which is also on Twitter. Should have been emailed to mums and dads this week, and this is for learning from nursery up to year 2/3. So have a little look at some of the activities. The children were having breakfast. This was not a pleasant sight. Mrs. Large took a tray from the cupboard and set it with a teapot, a milk jug, her favourite cup and saucer, a plate of marmalade toast and a leftover cake from yesterday. She stuffed the morning newspaper into her pocket and sneaked off towards the door. "Where are you going with that tray, Mum?" asked Laura. "To the bathroom," said Mrs. Large. "Why?" said the other two children. "Because I want 5 minutes peace from you lot," said Mrs. Large. "That's why." "Can we come?" asked Lester, as they trailed up the stairs behind her. "No," said Mrs. Large, "you can't." "What shall we do then?" asked Laura. "You can play," said Mrs. Large, "downstairs by yourself and keep an eye on the baby." "I'm not a baby," said the little one. Mrs. Large ran a deep hot bath, emptied half a bottle of bath foam into the water and plonked on her bath hat and got in. She poured herself a nice cup of tea and lay back with her eyes closed. It was heaven. "Can I play you a tune?" asked Lester. Mrs. Large opened one eye. "Must you?" she asked. "I've been practising," said Lester. "You told me to. Can I, please, just for 1 minute?" "Go on then," said Mrs. Large. So he played. He played "Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star" 3.5 times. She's a bit fed up there, doesn't she? Then in came Laura. "Can I read you a page from my reading book?" she asked. "No, Laura," said Mrs. Large. "Go on, all of you, go off downstairs." "You let Lester play his tune," said Laura. "I heard you like him better than me. It's not fair." "Oh, don't be silly, Laura," said Mrs. Large. "Go on then, 1 page." So Laura read. She read 4.5 pages of Little Red Riding Hood. There's some naughty children here, isn't there, Trixie? In came the little one with a trunk full of toys. "For you!" he beamed, flinging them all into the bath water. "Thank you, dear," said Mrs. Large weakly. "Can I see the cartoons in the newspaper?" asked Laura. "Can I have your cake?" asked Lester. "Can I get in with you?" asked the little one. Mrs. Large groaned. In the end, they all got in. The little one was in such a hurry that he forgot to take off his pyjamas. Mrs. Large got out. She dried herself, put on her dressing gown and headed towards the door. "Where are you going now, Mum?" asked Laura. "To the kitchen," said Mrs. Large. "Why?" asked Lester. "Because I want 5 minutes peace from you lot," said Mrs. Large. "That's why." She's drying herself. And off she went downstairs, where she had 3 minutes and 45 seconds of peace before they came to join her. There we go. Poor Mrs. Large. So this week you have a learning grid with activities to do with 5 minutes peace, and hopefully your mummies and daddies, nannies, granddads, everybody that you live with will also be given 5 minutes peace from you lot. What do you think, Trixie? Say hello. Got to be nice to mummies and daddies this week. This is your challenge, isn't it, Trix? Okay. Well, we miss you. Take care and share all of your learning at Millbank Primary. #learning together. Whoop whoop. Say bye, Trixie.